If you're seeing a decrease in the amount of reach that you're getting on Instagram right now, it's probably because the 3 best hashtags that you need to be using for the summer of 2024 have recently changed, and Instagram has updated their banned hashtags list. And if you're not paying attention to those 2 things, it could be the reason that you're not getting the views that you used to get. But don't worry, because all you have to do is change these 3 hashtags. And by the way, the last one I share with you is the most important, so please make sure you stick around for it. The first hashtag strategy that you need to be implementing is going to be 8 to 12 hashtags. Now, I do need to make sure that you're actually using the right hashtags here, because you can't just be choosing random hashtags and expecting that Instagram is actually going to end up pushing out your content, because what Instagram uses hashtags for is a proxy of who they should actually be showing your content to. In fact, they use it in 2 different ways. So first and foremost, there are a lot of people out there that actually follow certain hashtags or that engage with certain hashtags. So guess what ends up happening? They keep getting shown content that looks like what's under those hashtags. But then there's a second group of people, and this is really the majority of people on Instagram, is that Instagram tries to see what hashtags show up on content that they've engaged with before in the past, and then as a result, what's going to end up happening is they start to see more content that looks like that content. So right now you're probably wondering, but Rob, I understand I need to be using 8 to 12 hashtags for the first out of 3 hashtag strategies, but where do I actually find those hashtags? And I'm glad that you asked, because they've actually made it simpler than ever before, because now Instagram's search feature is also an AI. So what you could do is tell it, hey, I'm going to make a video about XYZ topic, and then guess what ends up happening? You could tell it to give you 8 to 12 hashtags that you want to use, and you can even specify what size hashtags. Like, do you want ones under 1,000 posts, or do you want one over 50,000 posts, or over 100,000 posts? And if you don't know which one you should be choosing, I'll share that with you in just a second. But first, I need you to smash that subscribe button. If you want to go click on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, I literally upload a video every single day about how to grow on these platforms. In addition to that, I just created a free Instagram growth course. You can get it at the pinned comment below. It's going to share with you things like the best time to post on Instagram, exactly how the Instagram algorithm works, and you can monetize your Instagram with not that many followers. So what are you waiting for? Go to the pinned comment below, get into it right now. It's literally 100% free. So the second hashtag strategy that you want to make sure that you're implementing right now are going to be 5 to 7 hashtags. But I do want to warn you, you also need to make sure that you're not using banned hashtags on Instagram, because you can make the best post in the world, but if you use the banned hashtag, Instagram is going to shut your post down, and they're not going to recommend out your content because they think that you're actually violating their rules. Now, in just a second, I'm going to show you a free website where you can actually figure out whether or not that your hashtags are banned. But first, I wanted to discuss the actual size of hashtags that you should be using. Now, ideally, you want to be using the largest hashtags that are still specific to whatever you're posting about. For example, if you're doing a video about biceps, you want some of them to be very specific to that muscle group, but you also want to be using some general fitness hashtags. So the rule that I would apply is 80-20. You want 80 of them to be really specific, but also as large as it could possibly be, and the rest, that other 20%, should be things that are generally around the same size, because both of those things are going to expand the amount of reach that you get, because some of them are going to be hyper specific and others are going to be more broad in general, but it's still people that are going to be interested in that. What you don't want to be doing is using irrelevant hashtags, because if you use irrelevant hashtags or banned hashtags, it's actually going to hurt your growth on Instagram, because you're going to be setting the Instagram algorithm back, and it's not actually going to know who you should be showing your content to. Now, if you're trying to figure out a list of banned hashtags, it's literally as simple as just doing a search on Google, and what you're going to find are going to be 2 websites. This one right here, Meta Hashtags, this used to be the best website to use, but now if I go to use this and type in affiliate marketing, type in OnlyFans, type in link in bio, and click check and clean, well, guess what? They're actually trying to get me to pay for this now. This used to be 100% free the last time I made a video, but now what you could do is if you come to this second link right here and click on this, well, then guess what's going to happen? They literally have listed out all of the banned hashtags on here, which is great because you don't have to pay for this and it's a free blog. Or if you don't want to actually have to go through and scan the different hashtags, if we come down here to IQ hashtags and click on this, this is going to be another free website. So what we could do here, we could type in hashtag OnlyFans, we could type in hashtag make money online, and if we just keep typing these in, it's going to show us all the different banned hashtags. If it comes up as banned here, well, obviously it's going to be a banned hashtag. Or what what you could do is you can actually type in the link for your own Instagram account. They'll scan and they'll show you if you've used existing banned hashtags on any of your posts, or if Instagram has actually gone through and banned anything that you're currently using, so you know to go in, edit that description so that your account isn't in bad standing with Instagram. Because if your account is in bad standing with Instagram, well, boom, it's going to be decreasing the reach, and that might be an issue that you're facing and you had no idea about it. Now, before I tell you the last and final hashtag strategy you need to be using, which makes the most small accounts go viral on Instagram, especially if you're posting carousel photos or if you're posting reels, I did want to discuss something because Instagram CEO just made a post a few hours ago and he literally gave us the secret to the current Instagram algorithm. And this is something that you need to be taking into consideration because you can use the best hashtags in the world, but if you mess this up, it's going to be the reason you're not getting reach right now on Instagram. So what you need to be focused on are how many sends you're getting per the amount of reach that you're getting. What does this mean? You need people sharing your content on Instagram. In fact, if you want to go viral on Instagram, you need to be getting the number of shares that you have to be equal to or greater than the number of likes that you have. If you're able to do this, this is a huge signal to Instagram right now that your content is getting people to come back to Instagram, that your content is getting shared to other people, and Instagram sees this as one of the most powerful ways for you to be able to grow on Instagram right now. So you need to make sure that you're doing this, which probably begs the question of, Rob, how do I create content that people actually want to share? Well, shared content usually falls into 3 different categories. First and foremost, something that is incredibly funny. Now, I know you might not think your niche is funny, but you can make a funny meme for your niche that gets shared amongst people that are within your niche, or you could just do something really funny within your content. Secondly, breaking news or something that is really educational also does really, really well. And then finally, things that are surprising are also things that people are sharing. So if you go to create a piece of content and it doesn't fit one of those 3 criteria, I would strongly recommend right now that you go back to the drawing board and try to create the piece of content from those 3 lenses, because if not, you're not going to get the shares that you need, and that is why your video isn't going to get the reach that you want. Because like I said, you can post the right video, you can post at the right time, you can use the right hashtags, but if nobody's sharing your content right now, your videos aren't going to get pushed out, because this is the number one thing that the Instagram algorithm currently cares about, and if you're ignoring this, it's the reason you're not growing on Instagram. And again, if you want to prove this to yourself, literally just go to your Instagram Reels feed right now, and I'm sure that you're going to see that the majority of posts that are showing up on your Reels feed have almost as many shares as they have likes, have more shares than they have likes, or just in general have a lot of shares. And if there are any videos that don't hit that criteria, it's probably because it's a video that's being tested out right now and hasn't gone viral yet. Now, this brings me to the last and most important hashtag strategy that you need to make sure that you're using, and that is going to be 1 to 3 hashtags. Now, the reason that this strategy works the best is because you use 1 to 3 hashtags that are big but also super specific, and it makes it really easy for Instagram to know exactly who to show your content to, and this is why it helps your posts get more reach. But remember, you could use the right hashtags, but if you're not getting shares, you're creating content on the wrong topic, or you're posting at the wrong time, well, it's also going to lead to you getting less views than you want to on Instagram right now, which is exactly why I want to personally help you grow on Instagram, because I can tell you how to do everything differently for your specific account to increase your reach, the same way I helped this creator get over 100,000 followers and this creator over 200,000 followers. If you want results like that because you want to be able to monetize your Instagram, well, please watch this video right here that explains the 3 ways that we can work together to guarantee that you get more followers on Instagram. I'll see you over there.